So we're on the sort of southern tip of Africa, from South Africa, obviously, and we grow grapes in a really sort of special little area, the Western Cape. Very well known for specifically in Stellenbosch, which is where we are growing our grapes, for big, bold Cabernet Sauvignons, and we are sort of internationally recognized as a very good producer of grapes. The Cape, the Western Cape actually forms one of the world's 6 floral kingdoms, the other 5 of which are either entire continents or a number of different continents along a latitudinal belt. So we have an amazing amount of biodiversity, specifically in our floral kingdom in South Africa, or in the Western Cape. We're by far the smallest, but we have about 9,000 endemics or species of flowering plants, such as fane, water, and osterfeld, different types of grasses and reeds and things like that. 70% of them of which are completely endemic to South Africa, so they don't exist indigenously anywhere else in the world. So a really cool part of the world in terms of its biodiversity, which I think adds a little bit of a sort of special element or spice to the wines that we can produce here. But specifically speaking about Journey's End, we are on the southeastern sort of pinnacle of the Stellenbosch wine growing region, hence the name Journey's End. We're right at the end of the Stellenbosch wine route. We are almost sort of encapsulated or amphitheatered around us by the Helderberg mountain range, which separates us from central Stellenbosch. So yeah, we are, as I mentioned, on the southeastern extremity of the Stellenbosch wine growing region. Technically, we're actually in a separate little town called Somerset West, and our little area inside Somerset West is called Selari's Pass. Selari's Pass is sort of more towards the eastern side of us, and just over Selari's Pass, which was actually an ancient ox sort of route that they used to transport goods, yeah, back in the sort of 1700s. Just over Selari's Pass, you basically get the Elgin and Grabo sort of wine growing areas. So yeah, we're in relatively close proximity to them. I'd say probably in closer proximity to Elgin than we are to central Stellenbosch. So we have a very different sort of climatic circumstance that we grow our grapes in here at Journey's End. We're about 6 kilometers, I'd say, as the crow flies, away from False Bay, which is in the southerly direction, and then we get an absolutely astronomically high wind from the southeasterly prevailing wind called the Cape Doctor, which is hugely beneficial in our vineyards because it blows a lot of the moisture and humidity out of our grapevine or out of our bunches, which means that we don't struggle at all with sort of disease, pressure, molds or rots or anything like that in the vineyard, which is obviously very beneficial if you're trying to make your wines in a more sort of natural, holistic approach. We sort of range between about 150 to about 400 meters above sea level. So along with us being very close to the coast, we also have quite sort of steep slopes. They're all south-facing slopes, which are cooler slopes in the southern hemisphere. And this just allows us to sort of elongate our ripening period in the vineyards when we are ripening, and it allows us to build up nice concentration and flavors in our grapes, but it still maintains a really nice high natural acidity in our grapes due to our proximity to the ocean and due to the cooler sort of temperatures that we get here because of the winds.